MGM, we are live with your host Phil X Contreras, where we're going to talk about Ordinals, Solana, and a lot of things going on in the NFT ecosystem. I usually take a break for a day or two and then give some updates, but a lot has been going on, so why not? But let's start off with Bitmaps and then the Node Monkeys. A little controversy going on. It seems like the Node Monkeys are already smashed what has occurred. So, all right, but anyways, Bitmap. All right, Bitmap is Bitcoin's Ordinals metaverse, and they've been growing for months now. It's been 6 months. They have built this Google Earth type of map. They have there's this one team that is doing airdrops as well for Bitmap holders, which is called $Neut, and you have games already coming out within the Bitmap metaverse. So a lot has been going on, basically what I'm saying, and you can already see it right here on Going Gecko with Bitmap's price, and it's coming down as you can see from its highest point, but it looks like it's finally moving a little bit upwards. But we can always, maybe it's because of all the value, the building that's been happening on Bitmap. But again, for me personally, I am loving Bitmap and what they're doing, and if they keep building, this thing could definitely bring value within itself, within the Ornos ecosystem. So, just a little update on what's happening in Bitmap. All right. So, with that said, I'm going to go into straight into what's happening with Node Monkeys. All right. So, first, Node Monkeys, a sale has happened for this golden looking alien. This alien hoodie bought by Brissy 2 days ago. Seems like a steal. 2 bitcoins for this thing. That is what, like almost 80 grand? That is insane for this monkey looking thing. People are still buying like crazy on these known monkeys. And then we also have known monkeys flipping Bitcoin frogs, ladies and gentlemen. Known monkeys has now flipped the ultimatum of Bitcoin Ordinals community, which was Bitcoin frogs. The number one is still Ordinals Maxi Business, but will Known Monkeys flip them as well? You tell me, let me know in the comments if that's going to happen. If you really think Known Monkeys is going to be the prominent historical figure NFT of Ordinals, or will it be Ordinals Maxis? Because Ordinals Maxis is still a zero point 0.5, and Known Monkeys is filing like around 0.22. And well, the time will tell. You have NFT now that basically gave out a little info about Known Monkeys. So this has hit the NFT ecosystem news media, and they talk a little bit of early ordinals. First of all, Known Monkeys are not technically NFTs; they're ordinals on Bitcoin, which are fully on-chain images inscribed on individual satoshis or fragments of Bitcoin. Ordinals are a pretty new way creating unique digital collectibles, and they receive a new surge of interest with Web3 liquidity. And here you have going on with his ultimatum purchase of his golden monkey. Known Monkey's collection claims to be the first 10,000 count profile picture collection on Ornos. That's a confusing statement given that Bitcoin Frogs another was launched around the same time. But here's the big difference. The inscription of Known Monkeys are in the 80 to 110K range. That is very early in inscription world. And the anonymous team that created the collection took the clever step of wait until December. That is definitely really smart to have waited, and it really brought. This is why they just came out of nowhere. So then you have the auction, blah blah blah. Why No Monkeys works? The collection has a number of things going on. First, it's a winsome collection of traits, perfectly mixed self-referential crypto in jokes with wholly original creations, and yeah. And on the same day, Bored Ape Club, better known as Gordon Bond, ultra rare duck. I thought that was an alien the whole time, but I guess I was wrong. So cool overall on what this NFT news has basically talked about. It talks about the challenges and the controversies, how it started, how it's going, VCs and all that. But here we have another guy basically talking a little bit about his exposure. So DJ Bubblegum states, rumors are circulating suspicious tiers tying Known Monkeys, Wallet 1, Wallet 3, Wallet 4, Wallet 1 and 2, 500 node monkeys each. Wallet 3, 80 node monkeys. Wallet 4, 68 node monkeys. He is basically saying, am I missing something? Is this wash trading? One guy says there's lots of wash trading going on here, and yada yada yada. So people are trying to see, what's going on here. But looks like Node Monkeys has responded within two hours. So I'm gonna pull them up and then see what they've said. So Node Monkeys here has basically said founder wallets. For transparency, these are the founder wallets with 500 reserved each. We are not entertaining trade offers at this time. No Toshi, Monkey Toshi. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is what's going on with the Node Monkeys holdings. Now, I personally think that having your personal reserve is a way of basically incentivizing yourself to keep working harder. Because it's almost like a stock, right? You have. I'm not comparing these guys to Elon Musk, but what I'm trying to do is give an analogy is that Elon Musk bought Tesla shares early, and he had thousands and thousands of them. And basically, he told his team, "Don't pay me. I'm gonna get basically no payment, but pay me in Tesla stock when we reach at a certain market cap." So that way, he kept building and building and building, and that was his incentivization was basically reaching at a certain point in market cap where he will receive these stock awards, and that's how he basically gets paid. It's just one of those ways of just incentivizing yourself to work hard and make sure you yourself get paid, but in an understanding way. This is just one of those methods of just trying to build I would say the known monkey value within yourself as well. It's like a CEO. When a CEO comes in, he basically buys a bunch of shares of shampoos, whatever that company is called, shampoo stock, and he says, okay, now that I have $100,000 in shampoo stock, I better work myself out and build this company so I also get value out of it as well. So it's just one of those things. I'm what I see from what Node Monkeys are doing with the founder wallets. So I think that kind of clears up the whole exposure that these guys are talking about. But we'll find out more on what these guys says. And he says, so far, man, circling. If anyone has anything especially regarding influencers, I don't know about influencers, man. But I don't have any Node Monkeys. I just like talking about them. And there you go. All right. So Node Monkeys, one BTC equivalent to 43,000. Again, they're selling like hotcakes. And overall, all right. So I think we have talked enough about Node Monkeys. Let's go on to the next subject on what's going on. We have Ordinals Maxi Business, the competition against Node Monkeys. They have, and you got Node Monkeys, you have Ordinals Maxi Business, you have Bitcoin Frogs, all saying, "Oh, we're all friends, whatever." But for us as DJs, it's fun to basically talk about who's going to be number one, whatever. But overall, Ordinals Maxi Business just sold for 0.5 BTC, $21,000. So these guys are also, they have a very strong community. They have a lot of people really love the art. They want to be part of this community, and that's the level that Known Monkeys have to reach. And it seems like they're at the right path with the amount of people loving their art and the value they're bringing in with the inscription level and the historical level of the Known Monkeys. So we'll see how Ordinals Maxi Business help works out with the competition. But overall, we have something else coming out. It's called Bitcoin Cats One Cat. These guys, basically, the Genesis Bitcoin Cats NFT launch details are now finalized. Mark your calendars, whitelist distribution going on. So I found this kind of cool. I don't know what kind of game it is, but it does seems kind of fun. Overall, that it's in Bitcoin Ordinals. You haven't really seen anything on Bitcoin Ordinals as far as like gaming yet. But it looks, it doesn't look bad. We don't have really much on how that game actually is played. But here, to say the building the next gen gaming entertainment ecosystem across Bitcoin and EVM networks. So we don't have much again, but we do have different type of mutual followings on the Bitcoin world following these guys. So it seems like they are taking it serious. You got Frotoshi following this, Bitcoin Frogs founder. You have BitGod following them. You have Magic Eden also, and who else here? You have Bitcoin Frogs, the Ordinals Clubs, the Ordinals World. You have ZK Shark. You have Meta Big Brain. So I tend to look at the following behind these type of projects, because then you know that these guys are actually like taking this serious. Even Gary Vaynerchuk is following them from what it looks like. Followed by, yeah, that's interesting. Gary Vaynerchuk following Bitcoin Cats. I don't know if those are the right eyeballs I had just right now. Let me see again. Is Gary Vaynerchuk following this guy? Holy smokes! All right. I wonder why he's following these cats. And I'm not saying these cats look, dumb, but they do look cute. But now I'm kind of suspicious on what these guys are actually doing here. Oh, yeah, they do look cool. They look- but yeah, it's just cool stuff to see on the Ordinals ecosystem just growing. There's people building different builders. I just hope these guys, do their best on the Ordinal system as one of the first gaming stuff happening there. All right, so let's go on to the next thing. All right. Breaking. It appears that Ninja Alerts just inscribed the parent and grandparent for their upcoming Pizza Ninjas Ordinals collection on Pizza Sats. So you have, you have Ninja Alerts coming out, and you have, I don't know if it's a joke or not, but this is an inscription 1085. That right there, great grandparent, they say, over the grandparent Ninja Alerts, and then pizza. I thought that was kind of funny news, but so here's something else. I'm gonna skip that one. All right, so Phantom throws out a little gem out there on what Ordinals are, and I thought it was a pretty nice read, because you have ETH guys like Not Dread Guy, who doesn't really understand what Ordinals are. He says, "It's been like 18 months and I still don't know what the fuck an Ordinal is." So, so he's like, "What are Ordinals? Ordinals are Bitcoin NFTs." And that is basically true. But they call them Ordinals because it's a little bit different, because you have these things called inscriptions on top of what you call an NFT. NFTs are a little bit more different, because they're immutable, right? They can change because it's not on the chain, just like Ordinals are. So why are they called Ordinals? Because of that ordering system, inscriptions, and that's why Node Monkeys is popular, because they have a low inscription number on the Ordinals ecosystem. Who created them? This dude named Rod Armor. You can go watch him dance, do his goofy dance, and then and yeah, that's basically overall how it happened. And you had this thing called Taproot update, which took place, and because of that, now you have NFTs on the Bitcoin level. And here's basically the difference: you have the blockchains, mutability, yes on Ordinals, NFTs no, which basically means that on Solana NFTs, it's like a link attached to it, where someone can change the link, and then it's not really your NFT. So that is like the biggest difference besides inscription. So overall, that's Ordinals for you. All right, let's get on what's happening right here with the Utes. Utes, they kind of went on a little bit of a downfall. They moved to Polygon. These Utes came in Solana. They came in big. They came in massive on Solana. They went all the way up to like what? I think it was like 500 Solana, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe that was the gods. But then Solana collapsed, and Utes moved to Polygon. Polygon took care of them for a while. Polygon kind of went down on the NFT ecosystem. So Utes moved to Ethereum, and they kind of just stayed there. Ethereum has like the biggest liquidity out there, and it's safer to be there. Now they're being swept by different folks in this ecosystem. And if you haven't seen, there was a video thrown out, I believe from Yuga Labs, with this gaming type of world, and you had Utes in there with Pudgy Penguins all going in there. It almost looked like Super Smash Brothers. And I think Utes has like the biggest potential as far as like general love across the world than the gods, because the gods is more graphic. And I can't wait to see what the youths community do or behind this, because they ultimately they've been here since the bear. They've been trying to save the community around all these different NFT ecosystems. Hopefully they found their home. Hopefully they're finally building. But you could definitely see a lot of sweeps, a lot of sentiment across Twitter on Utes, and then maybe we could see how it actually looks like on OpenSea and see what the price action is with the Utes. Oh, and look at that, number one. How the hell that happened? 0.63. It was like a 0.45, maybe like a month ago. So if we just look at it real quick on activity, yeah, you can see like how it's finally moving up. It was down like at 0.40. Now it's at 0.64. So it's definitely growing a lot, massively up. So there you go. See what's happening there. I'm sure some crazy news is gonna come out about the Utes. Now we have Solana NFT market exploding again, surpassing Ethereum and all other chains combined. And we kind of all knew that, but it's still happening. It's not like it just happened once and then it fell down. Solana is still holding its volume level since like 4 weeks ago, and it's insane to see that because many people thought Solana was going to die, but now they're like the biggest NFT ecosystem, which is insane. As far as volume, it's a little bit different because you have Bitcoin Oros kind of like getting in there and taking over. So overall, the same wallet that swept Utah, they basically did another bit. Okay, we can skip that. All right, so Yuga Labs and Froganas NFT. What's going on here? Froganas is being swept by all these apes. And I don't know what it is, man, but they really love Froganas. It's almost like the ape world of Froganas. And you can just see all these different Ethereum dudes just buying these things up. I I'm not speculating, but one guy said that Yuga Labs could potentially buy these guys. It could be true. These guys look cute and they definitely fit that brand for Yuga Labs. And if they do buy them, that's going to be impressive because Yuga Labs is an NFT brand. It's not a chain brand. And the way you see Gordon buying all these NFTs from different ecosystem, it just shows that he is pure art. He believes in this Renaissance digital world like Michelangelo's era, and he sees the same thing happening right now, and he wants to be a part of it. So it will be really cool if Yuga Labs does connect with Solana at some point. They are coming into Magic Eden, partnering them with their own ETH marketplace. So that's going to be interesting to see. So we also have the dogs coming out, a free mint from Tile Robotics. They're basically looks like they're going to be on their launch pad. Tile Robotics are very strict with what type of projects they launch. Um, they have a very strict vetting process, and every time I see a project coming from Tile Robotics, the guys are legit. Like the project is legit. So these guys are gonna take their communities probably very seriously. And it's great to see another project finally come into Solana ecosystem. And these things actually look cool. They look different. They I haven't really seen this type of I would say mint type of art before, and they do look kind of cute, I guess. So interesting stuff. We'll see how this team does, and hopefully for the best of them as well. All right, so Madlads, what's happening with Madlads? Madlads, they were a project that basically came out of Backpack. Backpack is like the main, I guess software. They built this wallet, this backpack where you can do massive things with X NFTs. Basically, have apps in the wallet, and then they came out with Piff got airdropped. Now you have more things coming for the Mad Lads. On this ecosystem, you have a Dimension airdrop, you have a Wormhole crypto airdrop, you have very likely a Monarch XYZ airdrop as well, and you have utilities for staking gold, fee discounts and backpack exchange, a portal, maybe more merch, and US and EU onboarding to backpack exchanging. So uh yeah, these guys are, they have a lot of alpha coming into them because they have these types of tools that bring a lot of value into this world. So a lot of different projects want to be involved with the Madlads. They want to be involved with this project because, if you're involved with this project, you're probably going to get, incentivized for it, or you have a connection with the Madlads team. So I think it's kind of cool seeing Madlads really exploding in Solana, and not just in Solana, but with all these different projects from different ecosystems as well. So they are moving up. I think they went up like 25 sold today. I don't know if it's because of that or because they are just, there's probably more news coming out and they're probably going to be building something. But overall, I saw this cool post from Digi. He's a really cool cat. He basically talks about the airdrop season, and he basically says everything you need to know about 25 upcoming airdrops. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of curious on what this is. I'm only going to point out a couple of them that actually I'm very excited about. You have Sharky. Sharky is a project, a lending project on Solana. They basically were like the biggest lending project out there. Everyone went and lent their soul. I definitely did. On NFTs, whatnot. And this team is amazing. When I say amazing, they talk with everybody, with DGens and everyone. They don't just talk to the big dog influencers or the big dog projects. This team looks like now they're dropping a token called Hark, and looks like they're going to be expanding to Bitcoin, Ordinals, and maybe Ethereum as well. So that is basically what's coming up with Hark, and they're going to be airdropping this. People are going to try to find ways to be a part of it. Saturn is also an interesting one. This we talked about Saturn 2 weeks ago, I would say, because you can actually sign up with Saturn on their website, connect, and be eligible for this airdrop. So um, it's quite simple to do. And Saturn right now, they basically trade all these different, you have pizzas, you have uncommons, you have different Satoshis in there that you can trade. They're just starting out. They have Nakamoto, they have Block 9, Block 78. So the dollar sign is dollar rug airdrop. So this one's definitely going to be another big airdrop on the Bitcoin Ordinals ecosystem that I can't wait to see. And going down, you have all these other ones, and I'm gonna skip a couple of these. You have Helium, which I'm also gonna skip. Layer Zero, that's cool. Jupe is definitely a big one that's coming in. This is from Jupiter that did all the swaps for Solana. Pretty much they dominated this area. Um, Bridge assets, use limit orders. You can trade on there, so that's gonna be another big one. And that is basically the main ones that I'm looking at right now. And everything else, I mean, you can look through this actual list from DG and see what what you want to look through. But oh, the last one, Phantom. If you use Phantom, people are suspiciously curious that Phantom is gonna do an airdrop. And then if they do, this is gonna be the biggest airdrop ever on Solana. The biggest airdrop because they were the first to basically hold grasp of the Solana balls on the community, and they basically had every person trade on that wallet. So many people are gonna be, dude, this is gonna be insane. I don't know where to get started with this, but Phantom airdrop, huge. It's gonna be like the Ethereum ENS airdrop. I guess I can compare it to that. So it's gonna be cool to see that. In other news, Matrica Labs, they are throwing out something crazy news. Looks like they're gonna be part of the Bitcoin Ordinals world. You can see this right here. It says blocks is coming. What does that mean? I have no clue. But there's already opportunity to be a part of this. High quality generator of art inscribed on Bitcoin, exclusive 256 art collection, and they're basically collaborating with Magic Eden for early 2024 launch. Somebody told me the Soul Army is excited for Matrica Labs on collection. Been a pixel lover since day one. Dude, this is insane to see Matrica Labs doing this. People on Ordinals need to be ready because Matrica doesn't play around. Matrica was one of the big dogs on Solana for NFT collections, And I'm telling you, these guys are, great developers. We'll see what is going on with Ordinals and Matrica. It's gonna be nice. During all this chaos on the bear, Matrica remained committed building. Matrica was one of the first builds to bring ecosystem, a bunch of tools to the Bitcoin ecosystem, yada yada yada. Yada. All right, so there you go. Now, here's some other big news. We have Bodoggos, right? Bodoggos, to basically start off, what is Bodoggos? So you have PO, you have Nifty. They created, this media platform. Maybe at that time they probably didn't know that it was going to be so big, but they they talked about Ethereum NFTs, all this cool stuff, um, entertainment on it, and then they found this dude named Izzy, Izzy, Easy, and Easy was this Solana nerd. He was a trader. He came in. He definitely brought a huge Solana community. I actually was in this community when Nifty didn't even have the Nifty NFT at that time. They had like this cool NFT, but that was before then. So I remember being in that Discord with Easy, following him on the Solana trades. Easy made so many people come into Solana. It's almost like a Adam and Eve Genesis. So when you talk to all these Solana guys, they all somehow evolved from Easy. So regardless, so Easy grew up with Solana. Nifty Alpha grew up with Ethereum, Solana, and their community got bigger and bigger. And then you finally had this NFT collection that was building up called Bodoggos, and it revolves that dog that Easy has on his PFP, and then now it's become a reality. They have a cool community now around it, and it's just gonna be insane in 2024 because these guys have created this platform for media content on NFTs. They have media content on Ethereum. They have media content on Solana. They have media content on Ordinals. They're going on TikTok. They're going on Instagram. They're going on YouTube. They have their own ways of building all that up. They have a team. They have content creators. These guys are throwing SEO tags everywhere. TikTok search engines, Google search engines to YouTube. When the NFT bull market comes back again, their names are going to be all over the place. When their names are all over the place, when people are looking for NFTs on Google, like what are these digital art stuff happening? Nifty Alpha is going to be there, along with probably Cleanosaurus and whatnot. And then what's going to show up? It's going to show up this dog. so so this dog is going to be a big part of this whole media machine that they're building, and you're going to be a part of the community. You're going to be part of what they talk about. Maybe like early access on their entertainment content, whatnot. And who else? What's going to happen with these guys? They have all this merch that they're throwing out there. Look at these boxes. I mean, these guys have their operations center on point, man. And he throws out a little gem out there, basically saying, 2024 is different. Big year ahead. So interesting stuff happening. I can't wait to see how this media machine gets built out, because it just reminds me of like when you used to watch YouTube a long time ago with like all these young YouTubers and see like, man, I wonder what they're gonna be in like 5 years, like like Mr. Beast, um, and then what they are now. I see that happening with these guys. These guys are gonna be like just like that for NFTs, but anyways, beyond all that SEO talk and what they're doing with the media content, um, a lot of stuff has happened in Solana as well. I think let's go to the charts and see what's going on here. I know I talked a lot about Bodoggos, but anyways, all right. So we have here, Tencent Trade, which is like my favorite platform. You still have a lot of greens, which is kind of crazy. You have, reds are still, finally showing up, but there's still a lot of greens. And I always look at the reds. Reds just, red things are my favorite because I can get into these different digital art collections at cheaper prices. So that's why I always look at the reds. But experiments, it looks like they finally leveled up supported around this line. I got a couple more from Jersey. And speaking of SEO tags, you have Nifty Alpha there. You also have Jersey. He's kind of like a smaller figure in media content as far as like all he does is really YouTube, but he's very focused on Solana. So, he's like you have like, Fox News, CNN, you have CNBC. You can put that in the realms of like Nifty Alpha. Experiments is like your local news, whatever state you're from, and that's Jersey basically. He's like on a lower level, focused on Solana only. But when the bull market comes, his community is gonna grow, I think, with all the SEO tags as well. And I want to buy a couple of them, be in there early before the masses come in on this whole NFT ecosystem. So I'm still buying in little by little. If it does go up around 35, 35, I start selling some of them. That's what I've been typically doing on experience. But I do have a couple that I've just been holding for a long time. I think like two or three now that just are staking. Everything else I'm just like trading. Um, Tyler Pilots. This is another interesting one. They're finally dropping down. They did go up a little bit, which I'm not really liking personally. Good for them, but for me, I'm not really liking it. But that was one of them that I was definitely looking into getting in as well. Degens has gone down. I think this one's kind of I don't want to say dead in the water, but they're kind of like the hype is kind of like disappeared. So I already sold my main one off. I just kept one just for the airdrop and then see what happens there. But yeah, that enough for that one. What else we got? We got sources. We have the Lily still waiting this to go down a little bit more. And then we have Oogie Pads, we have anybody's just like one of those. They connect with different Web2 brands. Maybe they might connect with another one. I don't know. The latest one was Toys R Us, but they've been still going down. Still gonna wait see what happens there. Oogie is Migos is also another interesting one, but I don't know. We got where's Oogie's? Oogie is like one of my biggest. Oh, Bodoggos. All right, 7.95, 7.95. Here's 7.52. There it says 7.95. But these bad boys are finally coming down, which I'm getting excited because I could finally start dipping in. And if you and this is basically me. I am this guy right here. I am the slurper. I'm gonna come in, successfully buys the dip near bottom, the slurper buys every dip, ironic slurp post, it just always mocking Reddit, never panic sells, anyone else slurping up this dipperino. Uh, yes, officer, I did eat that delectable little dippy. I slurped her scrumptious underripe red candles right up. Apist. But I'm not sure. I slurped and I slurp again. So I feel like I'm like this guy who is just looking for these dips. So it's finally, but Dogos is finally having this, dip that I've just been waiting on. 7.52. I'm getting excited. I'm hoping it keeps dipping. Again, props to the project holding it down. But for me, I want to dip. I want to get in and get a Bodoggo. So it's happening. Close eye on this one. Definitely close eye. OK Bears, the same thing. Another great project. They're right now they're building up on Zara. They've been kind of quiet and it's finally coming down. The quiet. It's usually always the trend. When you're quiet, things start going down. When you start getting crazy on social media, things start going up. So it's a definitely a trend of OK Bears. They don't typically talk a lot on Twitter. Just like what's that project called on Ethereum? Doodles, not Doodles. I think it's Doodles. Yeah. They don't typically talk a lot on Twitter. They're more brand focused and they only throw out tweets when there's like a brand focused tweet. So okay, Bears is kind of similar. We also have Aurori, which is 10, looking like a sweet spot. Looking like a sweet spot. Great to see. They went up because the game came out. They're finally coming down. This is nice. This is what is the USD? The thing is, when they came down Solana, the USD price was still high, but finally you're starting to see the USD price actually coming down, which is also very touche. Great stuff to see. I hope they keep going down. Not because I want to see them fail, but because I want to get in. Cheaper price. Open Soul Map also coming down as well. You on USD value. So last week, on Solana they were dipping, but the USD value was still high, and I just switched it up here. So it's finally coming down in USD value as well. So you can see right here. Um, Tile Pilot's also one of them. Alpha Fairs, the cool team. Experience, we talked about them. Tile Robotics, my most favorite NFT out of all the NFTs ever will always be Claynosaurus. Claynosaurus will always be my favorite no matter what. These guys are IP branded type of um, NFTs. They're just focused on a different world than all these. All these projects are focused on just like being art and community. These guys are building an animation studio with revenue involved on tangible assets out there in the real world. No one else is doing this. Nobody else. Claynosaurus, that's why Claynosaurus is Claynosaurus. That's why they cost like $4,000 now. I think 3,400. I had two of them. I sold them off. I'm gonna come back in them. Um, they're finally dipping, which I'm liking, and we'll see what goes. Soul Army, man, congrats to that. We talked about this about like 4 weeks ago when they were like at 4 Solana. They hit 15, which is insane. Didn't see that coming, to be honest. But yeah, that's basically what's happening now. I really don't want to really talk about the greens a lot because they've been pumped, they've been chilled. Um, but always things that I always watch out for. Watch out to see how well they're doing. But as far as like Bitcoin Ordinals, known monkeys, man, 0.24 now. What the hell? They were at 0.22. They've been growing massively. Bitcoin frogs as well. Seeing these two competing against each other. Ordinals Maxi Business still at 0.49. Will known monkeys pass Ordinals Maxis? I don't know. We'll find out. And Ordinals are dead portfolio. This is my portfolio on everything I'm looking at on the Ordinals ecosystem. Ordi market cap 1.5 billion, Sats 1.3 billion. Track, which is like the chain, what do you call that? Oh man, Chainlink, Chainlink of Ordinals of the Ordinals ecosystem, BRC20 token, only 120 million. That's crazy. So these are ones that I'm probably gonna dip myself in. See. I just want to be involved in the Ordinals ecosystem. These are the five that I'm looking at. Definitely not this. This is just complete like meme stuff. Just ignore this. But um yeah, that's it. Basically everything I have and what's going on here on Ordinals and Solana. A lot of stuff happening, and much love, much love. Make sure you subscribe below. You comment on anything you want me to talk about, and I will happily talk about it next week or within tomorrow or the next 2 days. But I'm gonna be turning this off now. Much love and peace.